Right, good evening YouTube. Welcome to another edition of the MCM Outdoor Show. This is going to be another unboxing video. Bought a few new items today for general camping and stuff like that. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. First of all, wouldn't be an unboxing video without customary beer. So we've got a bit of a left on hand. And what we've got is the MSR Titan Kettle. Many of you'll know all about that. I've wanted this bit of equipment probably for about 10 years or so, but I've just never got around to buying it. So I've finally taken the plunge today and picked that up from my local Go Outdoors store. Got a decent discount on it as well with the Go Outdoors card. Also, we've invested in a new DD tarp. I've got a smaller version, don't know the exact dimensions, but it's nowhere near as big as this one. This is a 4.5 by 3 meters DD tarp XL. Loads of videos on YouTube about that, different setup options. It's massive in terms of covering your hammock. You can get full side coverage, you know, if it's windy it'll stop the rain coming in and stuff like that. And I've had a look at a video earlier on today. There's a guy who's got it set up in ground level, and he's basically made a bit of a tent with a floor in it, sort of reminiscent of a poor man's trail star, if you will. So there'll be some videos later on the channel with this, different setups, and some other items we got. I've just invested in a fuel bottle for the methylated spirits for my transit burners. Normally just take that in the plastic bottles which you buy the meths in. However, I think one day that's going to lead to disaster. They're fairly weak and flimsy, and I don't want meth spilling all over my car, all over the food, so I'm invested in a proper, this is a 500ml half a litre version, and it's great. It's just what you need for storing your meths. And secondly, just a set of 10 ripple angle pegs from Eurohike, just with regard to having the bigger tarp, just to give me more options in terms of pegging it out. And that's it. So without further ado, we'll have a little look at the Titan Kettle. We'll get it on the scale, see how much it weighs, and talk about what we're going to be using it for. Okay folks, here it is. It's the MSR Titan Kettle. Basically, it's a really premium bit of kit. It's very expensive. The list price at Go Outdoors is £50, and I think I paid £45 with the discount card. But it's made out of titanium, so it's very light. It's really strong, and it's quite versatile, which is well, I think the weight is the main selling point. Is this? You know, it's billed as a kettle. It's got a bit of a lip here, and primarily I will be using it for the boiling of water, so that name's probably about right. However, to me, it's just a bit of a fancy pot. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, like I say, with the weight and the build quality, MSR are renowned for making well built items and kit. It's worth the money in my opinion. I don't know why it's been so long until I've actually purchased one, but this is how it comes. It's got some plastic sort of wrap over that just to protect the surface from scratches and stuff like that. So let's have a little look into it. Okay, we've just taken the plastic off now, and there we have it. It feels actually, well, it feels even lighter without the plastic on. I know that's probably all in my mind. However, there we have it. It's the Titan Kettle. Now let's have a little look at the features of it. And first off, we've got a special sort of, well, we've got a handle with some plastic coating over that just to insulate it from the heat. It's obviously going to get very hot when you're using it, and this handle will just make sure it's nice and cool when you want to take the lid off. And there's a nice little feature on this on the handle. There's a recess in a sort of latch here, so you can lift the handle up and then you just pull it back about 1/2 centimetre, and it will lock in the upright position. So that's quite handy. There's a nice vent hole there to let the steam out, and it's really well fitting, as you can see inside. There's an MSR logo embossed on the base, and obviously that's underneath as well. Moving around to the rear of it, we've got 2 handles which appear also, I have no doubt they're also made out of titanium. I mean, my first observations are, dependent on your heat source, I'm probably going to use a MSR pocket rocket, but those handles are probably going to get quite hot to the touch, so you're going to want to use you know, a bit of insulating material maybe, or just be aware of that. You know, I'm sure you can all work that out. It's metal handles on a metal pot, it's going to get hot, simple as that. So there we are. There's a bit of a spout towards one end, which you could probably still pour liquids with the lid staying on, just to retain the warmth in there. But it's typical MSR kit. It's expensive, but like most things in life, you get what you pay for. So we're going to get it on the scales now. It doesn't actually state the weight on the packaging. It does actually, 118 grams or 4.2 ounces. So let's get that on some digital scales and see how accurate it is. Okay, got the Set of Salter digital scales here. They've been zeroed. You can see that's on naught. Apologies, it's a little bit dark, the lighting's not great in this room. So let's see if their 118 gram claim is correct. Obviously it's a little bit unfair in that the label's still on, but that's not going to add much. 128 grams. 128 grams. I'll just try and zoom in there just so you can pick up that. Just in the frame there, 128 grams. Okay, so in the interest of fairness on this one, I've taken that label off. So that was showing 128 grams, whereas the label says it should weigh 118 grams. So clearly there's 10 grams I missed somewhere there. So let's see if it makes a difference taking that label off. No, it's 127 grams. Maybe it's someone at MSR can enlighten me there as to where they've got the 118 gram figure from. I've tried with the lid off, and it's clearly not that, because with the lid off, weighs 91. Lid back on, so it's 126. So I mean, these scales may not be so accurate, but they're not going to be out by sort of 9 or 10 grams. So maybe the marketing needs adjusting there. Someone can probably enlighten me, but I'm not too bothered about that. You know, 10 grams makes no difference to me. However, I'm sure there's some people where every gram counts, so that may be something you want to consider. But as far as I'm aware, it's probably one of the lightest pots of its kind on the market. Well worth a purchase, and yeah, we're going to be getting this used on some future videos. Okay folks, that's it from this short video. It was just a quick unboxing of the MSR Titan Kettle. We're going to use this on our next trip. I am thinking about using it with the Trangia burner, although I'm a bit worried about the base of it getting covered in soot for the price. I don't really want to do that to it. And I've got lighter, well, I've got cheaper pans Got like a metal Crusader mug, which I don't mind if that gets a bit sooty. I don't particularly want to get a £45 pot covered in soot. However, maybe you just need to grow up and just get on with it, because that's what it's for at the end of the day. So yeah, on the next video I'll have this out. What am I going to use it for? Like I say, primarily the boiling of water. You could maybe at a push squeeze a Wayfarer or equivalent, boiling the bag meal in there. I'm aware there's some other branded ones called Look What We Found, which are sold by Tesco and probably other retailers, to be fair. But you could maybe squeeze one of those in there at a push. You'd have to just watch out for the water levels, obviously. In terms of cooking anything directly in here, probably not. Maybe cooking some rice, some noodles, things like that, basically. But it's going to be useful for a brew, good bit of brew kit. And well, like everything else, if you're into your camping and you're outdoors, you like your gadgets and your gear, so you just need more stuff all the time, and you run out of room and you end up with a loft that looks like an outdoor warehouse, as I'll probably show you mine one day. So thanks for watching this short video. In terms of our next walk camp, we will be heading back to the Lake District. I think it's scheduled for the first or the second week in June, and we're probably going to do either Helvellyn via Striding Edge, or we're going to go to Blencathra and do Sharp Edge. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you are as well. And as a bit of a bonus, prior to that, I'll be doing a solo wild camp on the outskirts of the North Yorkshire Moors. That's coming up very soon, so stay tuned. As always, thanks very much for watching. If you like the channel and you like the video so far, I'm really pleased. There'll be plenty more to come, so please subscribe and like our videos. And as always, we'll see you on the next adventure.